What up, world? How you guys doing? It is your boy Dame. We are here, man. It's the Culturally Correct Podcast, man. We are definitely excited that you guys decided to tune in with us. We do not take it lightly. We don't take it lightly. We are definitely grateful for your listening ear. We are definitely excited about you guys kind of listening in. So like I said, my name is Damon Golden, and I'm here with my guy
Rome.
That's right, keeping it short and sweet. And we brought him back, man. We listen. Yeah, did we listen, Rome?
We listened a little bit.
We listened to the people, man. We listened to the people, and we brought him back. It was hard to get him. He was like, man, I'm not trying to continue to do this. I said, man, but the people asked, and they got.
They got it. It's Jimmy. Jimmy's here. Jimmy's in the building.
Definitely providing a different perspective, that young guy's perspective, man, and we're appreciative. We actually learn a little bit when Jimmy's here. You know what I mean? Times are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Things are completely different. Your 21 is completely different than
our 21.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Definitely my 21.
Times are definitely different now. You know?
Times are different. Y'all don't know how to holler at females no more. Like, not face to face.
He said it.
I'll be honest. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. But I was blessed to grow up around some OGs, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of gave me the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I mean, luckily.
Okay. Are women your age receptive to that?
They claim. See, that's how they get you. They claim that they are. They claim that's what they want. They gonna freeze up just the same way you'll freeze up when you approach them. They prefer that behind the
veil.
Yeah.
Club action has got to be totally different than when I was on the club scene.
I never was on the club scene heavy. Definitely went to parties. What they call it now, kickbacks. Kickback sort of thing. Just a get together. You know what I'm saying?
I know what a kickback.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
I called them kickbacks when I was about 21,
all right.
22.
You know what I mean?
It just became new to everybody else.
Okay. So
Rome
did it first.
Rome pioneered it.
Rome did it first, guys. Well, hey, listen. Every week, you know what I mean? We start off with what I realized. And it's just a segment, man, where we talk about revelations that we've gathered, within, recently, what we've picked up here recently. So I'm gonna let Jimmy go first.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what have you realized?
All right, man. What I realized is I cannot go for the baby mama drama.
Wow.
I just can't do
Somebody
it.
was.
Oh, well, hold on. Baby daddy drama?
No, like you have a baby mama.
Oh, so you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just can't.
You
go
don't
for
want
it.
baby mama drama.
I don't want no baby mama.
What led to this realization?
I just get to sit back and just watch other people, man.
Nothing gets close.
And
experience builds that
and
one best.
I believe you. I don't want to experience it. I just see, man, like females can be so bitter that they just do certain. Now I'm not saying it's all the females' fault. Some guys out here do mess up.
They gonna come for you.
Yeah.
This might be your last podcast. This might be.
Like, never mind.
Let me get it right.
Yeah, go ahead, spread that around.
Yeah. So guys do mess up. You do whatever you did to, make it how it is or whatever. But I mean, women just take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep you from your kid. I've never seen somebody who want to be there for their child, and then, like, the woman, like, keep him away from the child just because he's with another lady.
Yeah,
he's with another young lady, and, they didn't work out. I just see too many of those types of situations, man, and it's just kind of like...
That's not your life. That's not for you.
Not for me. Not for me. Not at all.
Well, I'm pretty sure no one in that situation was like, yo, this is what I want to be in.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, be careful. You know what I mean? Even though in your mind
you know what to do or not to do to stay out that predicament.
That's right.
What does he do?
He knows.
No, but
I don't know. I have that drama.
well, I mean, you would be the perfect person to know. How do you get out of it?
You can't.
What could you have done differently?
I tell people I've done it 1,000 times, and then automatically I got 3 kids. Like, so 1,000 out of 3 I still don't know what causes it.
I can dig it, man. Well, for me, what I realized. Oh man! So for those of you guys who don't know, I run a business. www.damongolden.com. Please check that out.
The tag.
Oh yeah, you gotta plug it.
Plug as well.
And so I do photography and videography. And a couple months ago, a young lady approached me online and asked me to do her maternity shoot. And I did it. I did the shoot, but when it comes to stuff like photography and things that are creative, if you're no, it's not even that. See, wrong thing. I'm about to take shots. I'm gonna take shots.
I don't know. It just reminded me of the story.
What?
Not
Okay.
About the finishing on not as particular people.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
And so I thought she was going into
No,
that
that's not
story.
where I was going. So this particular young lady, she hit me up. She asked me to do a shoot. I did the shoot, but honestly, like, I wasn't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're working in a profession that thrives off of you being creative, it requires you to kind of be, in that creative vein most of the time. And this particular day, I wasn't there. I wasn't having it. And so my creative juices were not flowing. Long story short, she was not happy with the shoot. She wasn't happy with the shoot. And, honestly, I wasn't happy with it either. So she paid her money. And because she wasn't happy and I knew that she wasn't happy, I went ahead and I refunded her, a good portion of the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say she was probably about 80% satisfied with the experience. You know what I mean? But I ended up giving her like 25% back. You know what I mean? And not only did I do that, but then I also told her, I said, the next shoot is going to be on me, like, free. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, that's the price that you have to pay. This goes back to when Rome was talking about the double-edged sword piece. That's the price you have to pay if you're going to do good business. Because in my mind, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, it's not worth, like, losing a supporter. You know what I mean? Keeping this little bit of money, or, just saying, like, hey, you get what you pay. You got it. You know what I mean? I sent pictures to her. You know what I mean? She got them. She, like I said, she was about 80% happy. You know what I mean? But I wanted to try to fix it as best as I could, so that way I'm not burning any bridges. You know what I'm saying? And so I went ahead, refunded her the money, told her, hey, the next shoot is on me. And she was actually surprised. It seemed like we were texting, so she was kind of surprised. It seemed like that I would even do that. And then not too long after that, I ended up having somebody reach out to me to offer me a cool business opportunity. You know what I mean? A situation where I could be making a little bit more money and doing a lot less work. You know what I mean? Simultaneously.
It's always well.
Yeah. So I said it to say that, people can attribute that to the universe. I attribute it to God, but you know what I'm saying, people can attribute it to whatever they want to attribute it to. But I think because I did good business on one end, you know what I'm saying, it kind of allowed me to have an opportunity on another end. And so what I realized is, like, just being honest and being fair, and because I have to be honest with myself, like, I did a horrible job, like, to my standards. Like, she sought after me because she seen my work and I didn't deliver, you know what I mean, the way that I should have. And so I tried to correct it to the best of my ability. And, luckily another opportunity awaited me, after I tried to, fix that one. So for those people who have businesses or who want to start businesses and things of that nature, I say this all the time. You have to be willing to take a L today to win tomorrow.
Facts.
Yep.
You have to be willing to take a L today in order to win tomorrow. So that's just a little tidbit out there. And it's, sometimes the what I realize section is like what I remember, really. You know what I'm saying? Like
what you got reiterated.
Yeah, for sure. Your revelation is really nothing more than a reminder. So I was reminded today of how important good business is.
What I realized is basically it's kind of piggybacking off of yours. That's why I kind of snickered when you was talking. I had a revelation, or I guess a eye-opening experience, and I put it on my social media account.
Seen that.
I put, ever want to know who supports and who are your real friends, start a business. And what I realized from that, after I wrote that on my social media account, that it
triggered some people.
I
seen that.
Like I had people reach out.
Hey, babe, what you got going on, man?
And I wasn't saying it as that. If you own a business or reached out for support from somebody and they give you that run, yeah, I got you. 2 weeks. 2 weeks come by. It's another 2 weeks. But I realized people support you in different ways. That is what I learned from even that status. If you're doing sales, people may buy from you, may purchase from you. One of my biggest supporters doesn't share anything I do, but they're an avid listener. They plug us when they can, but they don't share it on social media. They won't be like, hey, my brother doing this, check it out. They don't do that, but they there listening every week and give me feedback every week. So I realized people just support you differently. If they're supporting you by being a shoulder or someone to talk to about it or bounce out ideas off of it, they're supporting you in that way. All support is not monetary or
physical.
So just look out for the support you get from people, because it's hidden. It might not be the support you want at that time, but it's still support. And so I learned that from me saying a blanketed statement that was caused by nothing. I just was thinking, hey, this is a true fact. Everything I got going on, it's hard. You realize who supports you. So, but you got to realize what type of support they're giving you too. So that was what I realized this week.
I know we normally don't do two. What I realized, but I'm gonna do another one if that's okay with you guys.
Okay.
All right, cool. What I realized this week is Cardi B album fire. I don't know. I don't know. I can honestly say I was not anticipating it. I was anticipating somewhat of a flop. Bodak Yellow was kind of out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I rocked with it heavy. I was not anticipating this album being as good as it is.
You didn't think she could follow up?
Nah. I mean, I honestly didn't, man. You see too many times where people put out these amazing joints and then they don't.
How long is her album?
It's like 14 songs.
14. I mean, we heard 3 of the tracks before it dropped.
Bodak Yellow being the longest. Be Careful with Me, and then that 21
Cardi. Yep, and they all were. Be Careful is pretty cold.
It's different though, putting out singles and then putting down. Oh, all right, Jimmy. It's different. It's different putting out singles and then putting out an entire body
of work.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say. I feel like the ultimate compliment of any whole album is when they say, you know what I mean? When someone says, I can listen to the whole thing without skipping. I'm not there with Cardi, but I'm close. I am very, very close.
I'm close. And they said she was the first female rapper ever to go gold in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
That's what I think I heard. I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Huh. That's big.
That's a big deal.
That's
female
huge.
rapper? That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Some of the songs that you guys like.
For me, I like Be Careful.
You seem like you would like Be Careful. That's definitely like a 21-year-old. Like, y'all not millennials necessarily. Y'all are what? What do they call y'all?
I don't know.
I don't know what they call you.
Because I don't think I'm a millennial. I think I'm a little too old for the
Stop.
millennial.
Rome really wants to be the elder statesman. That's
No,
what
I
he,
don't.
That's what he wants. Rome wants.
I just wish I was younger.
Rome
be
wants
OG out here.
a fully white beard right now. That's what he wants.
I be trying to dye. I use the Beijing. I'm trying to cover it up.
But no, be careful with me. Is that an emotional joint, and so
Be careful. I like the drip with the Migos, just cause
It was
it's
like
the
the drip.
Migos, like drip drip. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just cool. It's just a little.
It
get you
sounds like
hype.
a Migos song.
Yeah. And then also like the I Like It Like That joint.
I like that. I like it too.
that's your favorite.
And it's I like the Money Bag.
Money Bag's your favorite?
with YG. Ain't that YG on that one? I think it's YG.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one. That gold.
I think my favorite, the one I like to listen to the most is I Like It. But my favorite, like the one that I think is the best and the most complete, is the joint with Chance.
Oh yeah.
Best Life.
Best Life.
That joint is fire. So it threw me off, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was not expecting like this complete of a project, man. And she did a great job. It was well rounded. You know what I mean? She had she had the peaks and valleys, which is really cool. Like that's what all great albums do. All great albums give you that, like, okay, this roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
And I feel like she kind of hit the mark on that for sure.
So where does this place her as far as like female rappers? Is she like
She
the
the
best
hottest
out?
rapper out now. Ain't that what
Yeah,
they been arguing about?
I think it's kind of
Okay, so when we say hottest, that means like you popping. But I'm saying like, is she the best or is she just hot?
I can honestly tell you, and this is no like shade, no diss. I don't think I've ever listened to an entire Nicki Minaj album.
I mean,
I haven't either.
she only got one or two, don't she? She don't have a lot of albums.
She might have 3. I know that Pink.
Her features are cold though.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
she snapped. She
I think she
killed.
released one album twice. It was like a
Yeah, like a reload or something
Yeah.
like that.
So I don't know.
Reloaded, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, but I've never listened to an entire.
I don't think
Nicki
I
joint.
ever went to even play a Nicki joint.
And but here's the difference though. Here's the thing. The difference is Nicki sings a lot. Cardi doesn't really.
She
Cardi's
tried
like-
it. She tried it on what
She
song?
did.
What song did
On
she
that
try
Be
on?
Careful, she
Be
was
careful,
singing.
she
Yeah.
was singing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think she might have did one towards the end, but for the most part, she's just rapping. Like Nicki does the whole
Drake thing.
the Drake thing. She does the Drake thing like for real. So and I don't think it's fair to automatically just compare her to female artists. I mean, right now, she is the hottest rapper. Cardi B is the hardest rapper. Period. Right now, hottest rapper. She's the hottest rapper. Period. Not hardest. Hottest rapper.
Who's hotter than her right now?
Period. Right now.
Everywhere. Every time you turn, it's talking about Cardi.
That'll last until Drake drops his album.
She said her 15 minutes lasted a long time.
Fact though, and Drake just dropped a dope song and a dope video,
Right.
And it kind of got covered up because of what's going on with Cardi.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That song is fire. That he sampled Lauryn Hill, and in the video he had like all
named
A-listers.
yeah.
He had Tiffany Haddish, Zoe Saldana. He had Charlie
Everybody.
something, whatever her name is.
I'm saying that once Drake drops his album,
Before she
That's all
dropped, she
everybody
was
talk
hot.
about.
Before the album dropped this week or last week?
The fact that she has a song in Bodak Yellow that can compete with any one of Drake's biggest hits, and that's her first joint, it's a problem, bro. Just want to throw it out there. It's a problem. I know it's a whole team, but Bodak Yellow was like legit for like a year and a half.
My kids know Bodak. Like, and they 8.
A year and a half, my G. Now I'm gonna show you how hard it is. You had old girl, the other young lady out of New York.
Young and May.
She dropped her. No follow up.
She dropped the album.
No. I'm saying she had a hot single, crazy hot single. What was her hot single?
Ooh.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry. And nothing compared to that afterwards. She did not follow up. I'm saying that on this Cardi album, she has songs that are just as good, if not better, than Bodak Yellow. They're different, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
they're
like
just as good.
Bodak Yellow is not the best song on her album.
No.
It's not. Okay,
Nope.
got one for you, Dane. We talked about Bruno Mars and him tracing. Did she trace? Like, one of the songs that really got me hyped was in the middle. I think it's called Bickin' Head. It was Chicken Head. It was literally it was the flow and everything. She traced throughout the album. Like, even on the Drip song, she rapped like Migos.
Yeah, so here's my thing. There, like I said, when we talking about Bruno, there's a difference between tracing and what was the other word that I used?
Tracing and
there's a trace.
And it was a sample. Y'all said a sample recreates. Or
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think there's a formula, obviously. And I think she followed a formula. Bodak Yellow is unique. Bodak Yellow is unique. Like, you can't. There's not a song, past or present, that sounds like Bodak Yellow. Actually, I take that back. There is a song that sounds like Bodak Yellow, but it's on her album, and it's Moneybag. Bodak Yellow is mad unique. So did she have elements of tracing? I would agree, but I mean Offset's her baby daddy. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be some tracing going on. You know what I mean? But then too though, like when Biggie hopped on the Bone Thugs joint, you know what I'm saying? He went and tried to emulate what they were doing. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that when you get on records with other artists that you kind of adjust.
You adapt to their.
Yeah,
when in Rome, do what Romans do.
Facto. You know what I mean? It doesn't always work. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work in the case of Jay-Z and Eminem on the Renegade joint. Jimmy, I'm sorry, might be a little bit too young to remember Renegade, but that was on Blueprint, I believe.
Blueprint or Blueprint 2? I can't recall.
Blueprint 2. Renegade. Everybody say that Jay got bodied on that by Eminem, but to me, I thought it was a wash. But
I thought he had.
But that could be because I'm biased. I'll admit I'm biased. I'm a huge Jay fan.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not. You know what we didn't bring up during the whole Bruno Mars thing, the whole Eminem thing.
Yeah,
like that flowed with that, but that's off topic. Like, Eminem get points because he
does get extra points. He does get extra points. But and we'll get off this. I will say he's very unique. Like, and he came out unique.
It was just different.
Hi kids, do you like rhyme? You see me stick 9-inch nails to each one of my eyelids? Want to copy me and do exactly as I did? Like, that's like nobody like what? It's like it was almost like a comedic, sick, like psycho type. You know what I mean? Rap. Like, it was different. Super different.
Does he get points because he rode with Dre, or
no? He gets points because
his production gave him more points.
Or him being white is everybody. It's like it's a phenomenon almost.
Man.
You know, it is. It's like thing. It's just like when you go to the park and you see a white dude saucing up black folk. You know what I'm saying? You at the park. And it's just one white dude on the court.
Crossing him over.
And he's crossing. He gets the extra, ooh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, here, case in point, Jeremy Lin. Right, remember Jeremy Lin? Jeremy Lin's not white. No, he's Asian. But the same rules apply.
But no, this is who you'll go to. You'll say Jason Williams, who played for with Chris Webber for all those years.
Yeah. White chocolate.
Yeah.
But but Jeremy Lin is more of a relevant. I'm going to tell you why it's more relevant. Because white chocolate, like Jason Williams actually could ball. Like, he was like legit. Jeremy Lin, when he popped off, you could name 6-7 black dudes who came off the bench that were better than Jeremy Lin, and he got a better contract than most starters. And a lot of it is the fact that dude is Asian. We ain't never seen this before. This is, yeah. This is like
I got
it's just a whole like we've never seen this before.
It's a stigma of a all factor.
We've never seen this before. This is really
Everybody
cool.
forget about the Beastie Boys. They were they get no credit. They don't get a lot of credit.
No, they don't. They don't. But you can apply the same thing to Cole said something about it. And I wonder. I don't think he's ever addressed it. But you say the same thing about Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a meme the other day that alluded to the fact that Pharrell and Timberland been carrying his career for the past 20 years. Lot of truth to that one right there.
Yeah. After NSYNC, it was Timberland, like album after album. Like he literally had it wasn't Justin Timberlake, it was Justin Timberlake and Bobby Valentino. He sold them the same song or the same beat. It was literally the same beat and the song came out. It was I can't think of the two songs now. But Justin Timberlake, it was the same exact track.
I'm about to check that out.
I think it was Justin Timberlake. I know for a fact it was Bobby V.
Well, back to Cardi, man. She's amazing. Kudos to her. You know what I mean? I think that it's amazing. She's pregnant. You know what I mean? She has.
Can she hold it up? Can women have it both? Can they have it all? Can she have her career and her family all at once?
Men do it. Why can't women do it?
Yep. And what people would say is
because that's what they're knocking is she had a baby too soon.
Yeah.
And like I said, she made millions of dollars before she had a baby.
Right.
Like she literally secured her bag and held it down before she had a baby.
People will say, "Oh, well, she's not going to be able to be a good mother." Well, that right there goes to show you how jacked up society is because dudes have been doing it for years, and that means that society is completely fine with holding mothers to a standard that they'll never hold fathers to.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to hear anybody complain about, you know what I mean?
Offset had a baby and his career don't fall off.
Yes. So there's this expectation that comes along with motherhood that does not exist when it comes to fatherhood, and I don't know if I'm almost
it's that gender role we
not
talked
right.
about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mothers are the nurturers and the caretakers.
Now I understand, like, you know, obviously men can't nurse their children. You know what I mean? You just can't. You physically cannot do it. So I understand that part. Like, okay, you know, the mother should be here present. You know what I mean? I understand the history of why the mother should be present in the younger ages. That makes perfect sense. Why she would be more so needed than, you know, a man to the immediate care of a child. And it's only because of the nursing aspect. But then outside of that, it's like, okay, you know what I mean?
We can do everything they can do.
Yeah, we can do everything they can do.
So let me ask you this though: is it good timing or bad timing?
It's no such thing.
Well, you know, I'm saying in relation to her, you know, when you drop an album like this and it's getting as much hype as it has, just like you kind of go on tour like right after.
I mean,
obviously you can't.
Did she know it was gonna be as successful as? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if it wasn't, if she dropped the album and it wasn't a success, nobody would be talking about it. It was bad timing.
Right.
I think it's great timing, man. It's great timing. She's been making her rounds. I don't know if she will do. I think Cardi has the ability to sell out shows as a headliner. So this might put a damper on those.
Didn't she just go on tour with somebody? And wasn't she going on tour? Because it stops her money. Like, it stops tour money.
Yeah, and you're not doing, like, you know, when you get paid, you know what I mean, $80,000 just to show up to the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that you're not doing that with, you know what I mean, a
whole baby.
Yeah, with you're not doing that with the baby carrier, you know what I mean? You know. But yeah, no, I would bad timing. I don't know. That's relative. You know what I mean? What if she's always wanted to be a mom more so than she wanted to be famous?
Huh?
Yeah.
Then it can't be bad time. You know what I mean? So I think it's relative. You know, I'd imagine that she had a team around her who, you know, helped her weigh, you know, all of the consequences that come along with, you know what I'm saying, deciding to, you know what I mean, go forward and have a baby. So
I look at it as like it's probably bad timing because you can't go out and make that money that you could have made if, you know what I'm saying, because you are pregnant and You don't really have the physical capabilities that you usually would do. You know what I mean? But I also look at it as good timing, is because this is all people are going to talk about. It's going to keep the buzz going. You know what I'm saying? She's still going to be.
I tell people you don't want to be old. That kid.
True.
Well, I will say too, though, some of the best artists, they do that thing where they go get quiet for a while, and then they come back out. Like and I think they could be like, for instance, like Cole. Cole will literally sit down for like 2 years. Kanye will sit down for a year or two. Jay, you know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, when the last time Nicki put something out?
Been a while. But they could be the whole Lauryn Hill type thing. You drop one album
and be done. It's possible.
It could happen.
I don't know if her music will stand the test of time, like old Lauryn. But
yeah, but I mean, I think it's very few musical albums that stand the test of time. Like, I still think about that on a day-to-day basis. Like Dre, The Chronic. You put that in right now and flow and go with it. The Chronic, 92.
Yeah,
and you go with it. And then his second album was 2001, and that still goes.
Bloom, 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 bloom. Still hitting them luck in them fofos, girl. Taking my time to perfect the beat.
Hey, that was a good one. That was
good. Yeah. That was great. Yeah. Thank you. I'm a huge Dre fan, man. And Compton was dope.
Yeah.
Compton was really dope. So
I don't know. Maybe she could be that one every 2-year artist. Possibly. Who knows?
Well, shout out.
Because she traced, so she could probably do it again. She could trace again.
Bodak Yellow wasn't a trace. What? Her most successful song wasn't a trace.
I mean, like you said, singles don't make an album.
No, singles don't make an album. But singles got the anticipation for the album.
I think the anticipation was Love and Hip Hop.
No, I never watched a drop of Love and Hip Hop.
I watched that.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Not all
Roman's wife said at home watch Love and Hip Hop.
Man, you don't come watch this with me. I be trying to play Madden, 2K. You don't come watch this? Yeah. I make her watch stuff I don't want that she don't want to watch all the time. So it's
speaking
of trade.
Speaking of relationships, quick question, fellas. If your woman or your significant other came with, access to like the app store, like if you could download an app for your girl, for your woman, what would be the app that you would download? Your app's supposed to like make life better. Right. Like, if you could create like an app for your girl, what would it be?
The No Nag app.
The No Nag app. Okay.
No Nag app.
Tell us about the features. Tell us.
Nothing sounds like this. Yep. When your phone think about going off, it just goes. Perfect.
Where you gonna take the trash out? And then you hit the button. And
it won't, the No Nag app, it'll prevent it from even happening. Okay. The whole completion.
Wow.
Like it's like a check engine light. Before your engine lock down, it give you a light first. It give you a symptom.
It's futuristic. What you got, Jimmy?
It would have to be some type of savings app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when she thinks about buying that pair of shoes, or she wants to buy that top,
she can't spoil herself.
Is it her that's spoiling it, or is it me? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which wallet is it coming out of?
What's yours is yours. What's hers is yours, and what's yours is hers.
Nah, see, I ain't there yet. There's no ring just yet. But it would be a savings app, man. And when she wants to go out and get something to eat at this nice restaurant
that you took her to.
We rode in the car together. We did.
You drove?
Right, yeah.
So you took her to, and then you mad about what she wants.
Because I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'd be a savings app, man, because...
So she can go to the restaurant and get a salad. That's what you just said.
Yeah, salad. A side salad at that. You ain't want to
There's too many croutons. You have to figure that out. So for me, man, I would love something that I think it'd be clutch.
They ain't about to put us all to shame. It's gonna be like some super romantic.
No.
It's about to be.
No, it's about me. It's about making my life easier. Legit. I would love to have something that in comics they got the little comic bubble. You know what I mean? And
You want to see what she thinking?
I want to see what she wants before she wants it.
See, some super romantic.
No, that's
he
not
cleaned
romantic.
it up. He cleaned it up though. It ain't that dog. I just want to know what she want, and so I do it before she.
No, listen, bro. Like you telling me that y'all wouldn't download that joint? Like if you knew,
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
If you like only as
So give me a scenario. Give me a scenario.
He said only once, right? Just once.
Only as it pertains to you, like her expectations, like for you. Like yeah, we've all been in a situation where she's like, well, why didn't you do this? And it's like, I had no clue
I don't want it.
that you wanted that done. Like, I wish I had an app that.
No. I mean, you only activate it when you hit the button? Or is it like an app that kind of.
Yeah, we can do it that way. Yeah, you can turn it on.
Because if it only when I need to turn it on. You had that day, you get that two pumps in a swirl. And y'all don't want to know what she's thinking and want from me.
I don't know, man. Listen,
I think that'd be pretty dope.
It'll save a lot of like.
Y'all thinking about the positive. You gotta think about the negative about it.
What's the negative?
I just told you that day you give her that 2 pumps in a swirl, and then you gotta read the bubble of what she really wanted that day. See,
I see what you're saying.
But if you
that kind of hurt your pride a little bit, huh?
Thank you. This
turn off right
this
after.
bleep.
Not turn off.
Not
right
again.
delete.
See, that's what you. See, y'all talking about all
But even then, though, what if you could see what she wanted, like in bed?
That's good, but if you don't deliver,
what if you could see?
That low key changed the game right there.
That
low key changed the game.
She in her mind like, I wish he'd turn me over. And then you out of nowhere. You ain't said nothing but a word.
See,
you didn't think I was finna.
Baby, how'd you know? I knew. App Store be booming.
Time you got your phone in your hand.
App Store be booming like a mug, boy. Like, that thing would. I think that would definitely change the game. So I seen this the other day on social media, and it said this. It said, guys, what is your favorite non-physical feature on a woman or of a woman? What is your favorite non-physical feature of a woman?
You got it? You going first? You got it?
I can.
Go ahead. Go knock it out. No, you got it.
Look, the young bull.
He was ready.
Yeah. I would say sense of humor is my favorite non-physical.
Makes you laugh? You
makes you laugh or other people laugh?
No. Can make. I don't want you to be funny to everybody. You ain't no comedian.
He kicking over there.
He laughing a little bit too hard at that joke.
You a comedian.
Yeah, man. Just somebody that can make me laugh and can find humor in the things that I find humor in. That is big for me.
So if she's like,
cause it gets tiring cracking all the jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gets tiring being the one.
So like if y'all had like this crazy connection, like where like the things that you think are funny, you know what I mean, she thinks are funny.
Right.
You know what I mean, like the she's almost like able to finish her sentences and stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? Like she tells all the right jokes, all this other stuff. but she's like 5.5 in the face. You down with that? But bro,
I'm not gonna lie, I gotta consider it because of that quality. However, I gotta look at you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I could do it, man. I gotta, you got 8, 9. You know what I'm saying?
So she's a 10, but she's just like a killjoy. Like nothing's ever funny, but she's like the baddest.
There's no in between with you. I can't get both. No.
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite non-physical feature of my wife. No, I didn't clean it up, bro. I'm just, you know what I mean?
Didn't because that wasn't the question.
Always some stipulations.
7 years in this game, bro. Yeah, I mean, 7 years
I
in
need to
this
learn.
thing.
I'm only 2 years in.
But it would have to be her intelligence, and more specifically, her attention to detail. And the reason why I say that for me is because her intelligence, her, I would almost say, administrative gifting. You know what I mean? Has helped me become a better person all around. But more specifically, as it relates to finances, like I'm not an administrative person. I'm not great with deadlines. Not great with follow-up or even making calls.
I think that's very accurate.
Yes, I'm not. I am not.
Oh yeah, Dame does not respond to text messages. He don't answer the phone. None of that.
See what happens when you be honest. You know what I mean? When you honest out here, people just gonna shoot you down while you honest.
Stating facts, big facts.
So yes,
I'm just agreeing with you.
No, listen, I need to do better. But my wife, I can say, she has allowed me the ability to get better based off of just being around her. You know what I'm saying? So where I am now compared to where I was 7 years ago, as it relates to, you know what I mean, just being, as far as finances go, I'm light years ahead of where I was 7 years ago, and I know I owe that to my wife. So my favorite non-physical feature would definitely have to be, you know, that intelligence and specifically the attention that she pays to detail. But you know what I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean, that physical part. I got 3 kids, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you know what I do. Wrong?
I got 2. I honestly got 2. It's weird. Yeah, the first one, y'all don't be like, yeah, that's a given. Like, coming from me, it'd be a given. Hustle and drive.
Okay.
Somebody go get it. Like, I feel like it's many types of women, but it's like 2 types of women. 2 types of women. One is don't ask you for something. The other one is not don't ask you for it. They just don't go get it themselves and make it happen.
Do you have your other one in your head?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like throw you off.
No, I got it.
That's actually one of the things that kind of annoyed me about my wife.
That she just goes get it?
In the beginning, yes.
That's why you want to after what she wants. That's why.
Yeah, I told you it's all about me. She's very, very independent. First time we hung out was at her parents' house.
The first time?
Yeah, the first time me and her hung out by ourselves. Before that, every time we hung out, we were always in like a
group. How you pull that one? Parents on the first time?
I mean, listen, man. You know, you tell a couple jokes. You know what I mean? To this day, her mom remembers the jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Jokes are important.
Yeah, no, jokes are amazing. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so we were hanging out at her house. She was making cookies. My wife is, I'm short, first of all. I'm like 6 foot. And then my wife is, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Time out.
6 foot is not short, Dame.
Wait.
That's above average.
You said, hold on, no. We're not going to breeze by that. Like the man is actually 6 foot. We're not about to do that. You said you how tall?
Bro, I'm 6 foot, bro.
In spirit?
No. Nah, bro. With sneakers on, bro. I'm 6 foot. Yeah, like barefoot, I'm like 5'10" and a half. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, my wife is, you know, about 5'5".
I don't know. I think you got 6 foot down.
Bro, I'm 6 foot, bro.
I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1", bro. We're neck and neck. Like, legit. Well, we both don't have one, but what I'm saying, we're right next to each other, bro. Next to each other.
Bing! wait for Damon.
That's us, bro. We're like right here, man. So, anyways, my wife is short, and she was making cookies, and I wasn't really helping. I was just kind of tasting and just whatever. And it got to this is the very first time we hung out. This made me so mad, bro. To this day, I still remember how I felt. We're sitting there.
You couldn't reach something.
She couldn't reach something.
Did she ask you, or you couldn't?
She
reach
did
it?
not ask me. Because she's an independent person, because she is like a go getter. We're talking. We're having a conversation. Like we're clearly it's easy for you to say something to me and ask me to do it, and I'll do it. Like it's not a problem. She maintaining the conversation, walks out of the kitchen, goes to the dining room, gets a chair, brings a chair back into the kitchen, puts it in front of the stove, and she was trying to get to the cabinet above the stove, and she stood on the chair and she got whatever she was looking for. And then my mom was like, why would she do that? Like, I can clearly reach that. Like why didn't she, So oftentimes my wife takes it upon herself. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't mean to cut you off from your
you're fine.
But I wanted to say that it's
that
funny how that's a plus for you, and then for me, I think I like it too. Like, I like the fact that I can leave, and I know that I like this assurance. I like the assurance that she'll be able to do well for my kids if something were to happen to me, or whatever, because she has that spirit. But when I'm around, I would like for her to kind of take a break, if that makes sense. And it could be because I'm selfish and
Alpha
maybe
male.
and maybe I need my ego stroked. You know what I'm saying? That could be it. I will readily admit that.
I didn't take it that way. I just want somebody.
Go ahead. So I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're right. But it's those ones that ask you, oh, something on the floor. So using her short thing, she's right there. Can you come get this for me? And it's on the floor. She's shorter than you. Like, imagine that person.
Yeah.
That would probably annoy you.
For sure.
So it's that double-edged sword thing. But I like somebody with a hustle who's got a go-getter drive about them. If you don't know, my wife is first-generation college graduate. Then she went back, got her master's. She got
talk that ish wrong.
I mean, she has a career.
So did you marry up? Is what you're saying? You married up? Yes. You want to say yes?
No, I was about to say a whole little story.
Oh, okay.
We're evenly yoked.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Where I fall short, she excels in, and where she falls short, I excel in.
Okay.
So we're like yin and yang. I like the drumettes. She like the flats. That whole thing.
That's perfect.
I know, bruh. You want somebody evenly yoked. I don't think you need to marry up or marry down, because if you marrying up, somebody's marrying down. Like you need to be evenly yoked.
Well, up is relative. You know what I'm saying?
So, and then my second one is thoughtfulness. You have to think, because I don't think I'm very thoughtful when it comes to, I guess, relationships, friends, or otherwise. Like, I'm considerate. You need anything? You say no. I'm done. Like, my wife would be like, well, we should do this for them and do that. Well, they said they was good. No, I know how it is. Or, she can make it relatable and think outside the box and is very thoughtful about things. And again, it's one of those things that complete me. So I think thoughtfulness goes a long way.
I can dig it.
So,
I mean, like you said, those are all things that may not be your strong suit. So
I'm a hustler.
When you put those things together, y'all make a crazy team. It's like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? When you put all those talents together, all those superhero skills together, you know what I mean? Dope things begin to happen. So, did you go, Jimmy?
Yeah, he said he wanted somebody like him, somebody funny too.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I can dig it. Oh man, that's awesome.
Like to have fun.
He wasn't as deep as us.
That's why I'm asking. Like, you said something?
I want to laugh. I want to ha kiki. I want to be that guy.
Think about it. Say this is your wife. If you can't laugh with your wife, you know how dry your your marriage will be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think, I guess. I mean, my wife has a sense
I
of humor,
want you
but it's not
to
something I
be
like.
my
Just won't.
best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be somebody I could like kick it
Do
with.
you really
truth of the
want your
matter
girl to
is-
be your best friend?
Truth of the matter is, here it is. Here it is.
Talk about it.
Truth of the matter is, I get tired of people really easily. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Would you call yourself an introvert?
no,
You're an extrovert.
definitely extrovert.
Okay, so you
but
need.
what I'm saying is, it's just different. Like, if you're in a relationship with
He
somebody,
just like to be entertained. If you're in the house with somebody all day, you get bored. And so if they're funny and entertaining, it keeps.
I grown up with Damon. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a perfect example. I can sit there and be in the house with Damon all day. So we know how to entertain each other. We know we just sit here and have a conversation, be entertained. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the house with my older sister or something, it might not be as entertaining. We're not both playful or humorous or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just I don't know. It's just a big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to, if we go out and we both peep something, we kind of like look at each other and smirk. Yeah,
that takes time though, right?
It does.
It takes time.
It does.
Because we can go somewhere and we can do that, but we've known each other our whole lives, so you know what I'm saying.
It makes a difference.
Well, you've known me my whole life. I haven't known you your whole life.
Correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You're old.
Somewhat. So, something very interesting happened over the weekend. For those of you guys who are not, following what's going on with this current administration, your boy Trump's lawyer, the FBI raided his his house. They raided Trump's lawyer's house. They raided his office, a couple other places that he has ties to, yeah, man, it's looking pretty interesting. It's looking very interesting. I'm gonna tell you why it's looking interesting, because the people who signed off on the warrant and who gave the okay to raid these are all people that Trump hand selected. It looks very, very interesting. And so I don't know. What do you guys think is going to be? The result of it, because obviously you got the Stormy Daniels thing. Russia is still kind of lingering in there somewhere. You know what I mean? But they went and raided this Trump's lawyer, his specific attorney. They went and raided his stuff.
Do we know what they were looking for?
Like I said, it could be tied to the Russia thing.
I heard it was tied to the Russia payments to women. I heard it was like a ton of things.
So he on his way out of here is what you're trying to say.
He's the Teflon Don. Something's gonna happen. If you ever watch House of Cards on Netflix, this is the Trump administration. Like, somebody's gonna die here shortly. Watch, somebody will die. Some strange car accident is gonna happen. Because I seen this movie before.
You seen it?
Watch House of Cards. You'll be like, man, that's Trump.
House of Cards is amazing.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's Trump.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Trump. He don't get a fake assassination. Everybody don't love him. House of Cards wasn't fake. But either way, something's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. I will say this, and then I'm done. I'm not gonna talk about it too much more. I just think it's very, very convenient that a lot of people who are like, Trump is gonna make America great again, and pro-Trump this, and yeah, he's great. These are the same people who are like mad silent out here in these streets.
You know what I want to know though?
Silent.
You know what we don't talk about Trump? It's some of his policies that are like getting pushed through. We're so enthralled with like his shenanigans. Nobody talks about any policy. Like, are they going through, not going through? Are they stuck in the house? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Obama was there, it was no scandal.
Yeah, it was no drama.
It was
no drama.
And so all you
Obama.
heard about was policies. Because at the end of the day, he's still doing a job. Now,
Facto.
So I want to know, what job is he doing? Are they distracting us with all this nonsense to get nonsense pushed through?
Yeah.
Because I want to know that. I want to know what's going on in his job. All the extra stuff I could kind of wait for. I could not deal with the lower rating, but his job,
I don't have any confidence in thinking that he himself is behind any type of policy that is being moving. That's going to be moved forward. I think that the other people who are behind him. I think he's nothing more than a puppet. That's just my personal.
As far as policies go.
Yeah, as far as policies.
I think he's a puppet in general. When he got Pence as his running mate,
they forced that on him. That wasn't his choice.
Was it? I mean,
no, that wasn't his choice.
But what you just said, they forced it on him.
Yeah,
I knew then that he was a puppet.
Yeah,
because Pence is like, I'm not going there today.
Oh, that's fine. That's cool. but yeah, no, that was not his
like
choice.
I didn't want him to get impeached because I don't want Pence as president.
True. I've heard that too. I've heard that same thing. So
because Pence just passes stuff and he makes it sound good for people. He's the complete opposite Republican that Donald Trump is. He's very conservative. He's not don't talk a whole lot. He's not very boisterous where he's opinionated. He just passes stuff and then you be like, really? Because he was our governor, so we know how to.
We're not gonna talk about this.
Hey, did you just do that? He'd be like, yeah, I did it. What you gonna do now? It's done.
That's crazy.
I actually got to meet Pence.
Oh, you did.
I'm at it.
You took a picture with him.
I took a picture.
I'm at it. When we had that big snowstorm, he came in my place of work when all the power and stuff was out. When we had that snowstorm a couple of times ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I met him my senior year. I won Outstanding Senior Year of the state.
What? Look at them
accolades.
Let's pull out them accolades.
Throw that on out there. You know what I mean?
The whole state?
The whole state.
Nothing but the state. Hey, what this playoff run look like, man? What's gonna be happening?
Houston's coming out of the West.
NBA is jumping into the playoffs this weekend. I think tomorrow's
Boston
the last
is
day
done.
Of the regular season.
Yeah, Boston's out of here.
They're done
because Kyrie's not coming back. Toronto could make a good.
Toronto's don't make a good run again.
Pacers might do a little something. I mean,
they're not.
They'll make it. I mean, depending on who they play, they'll make it past first round.
Yeah.
Pacers are surprisingly in the playoffs, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was not anticipating the Pacers making the playoffs, but it seems like
they got a new regime in there. No more Larry Bird.
That's true.
No, who's the coach? Nate. Is Nate still the coach?
Yeah, no. Yeah, Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still think they dropped the ball by not getting Mark Jackson.
Hey, yo, just out of like not for nothing. Like I think this might be the most African American coaches you've seen
in the NBA. Who we
in
got?
The playoffs, at least. You got Cavs.
LeBron is a coach. We got you.
You got Tyronn Lue. You got the guy coaching the Raptors.
That's God. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right
Dwayne
now.
Casey.
That's Casey. Yeah.
Then you
that's
got
three.
That's just in the East.
Is that it?
That might be it. I could be tripping.
No. Is the Clippers making the playoff?
Nope. They're definitely not in the playoff race.
Pistons aren't either.
Who?
Pistons aren't either.
Who they coach?
I don't know, but
he's not. He's one of the D'Antonis.
Yeah, Blake,
not D'Antonis. One of the Van Gundys.
Oh, it's Stan. Because Jeff is not on the bench yet. It's Stan, the one who was in Orlando and then Miami.
Yeah, whoever.
It's Stan,
yeah.
the fat one.
The fat one.
All right.
Who's next?
I named him by his name. I said the fat one. You like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be it. But still, it's a nice amount. I can't think of the teams on the West that have black coaches.
Who you got coming out of the West though?
It's gonna be tough, man. I think there's more. Either the Warriors are playing a game with this injury, or Steph's injury is a lot more serious than.
We knew he had bad ankle. So we knew he was fragile. That's why they put all them people around him so he doesn't overwork, and it didn't work this year.
Yeah, so if Steph is a no-go, the Warriors are not coming out of the West.
So even if KD is there, Steph has
They
to
are
be
not
there.
coming out of the West if Steph Curry is not playing. And depending on who they draw that first round, depending on who they draw that first round, I think it's going to be difficult for them to come out of the first round. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very difficult. Because at one point, they were looking at OKC in the first round. I don't think that's the case now. But at one point, that's what they was looking at.
That could be scary.
OKC could be scary because there's history there. And there's some animosity.
I told people OKC in the beginning of the season, people thought I was crazy. I said they had the best chance of beating the Warriors at full steam with Curry or not Curry. Not because they are more talented than the Rockets, but because they have more heart. Like the ferocity.
Right now, Golden State is set to play OKC.
Yeah. Because it's a hate there that's like no other. It's a rivalry.
And Steve Kerr already said Steph is not
playing the first round.
Not playing in the first round.
So KD,
is
as some might say, is the best player in the world.
Which he's not.
Facts. So KD can't pull that off by himself?
No.
Without,
I mean, he's not by himself.
No, he got Clay. He got
Clay scored 22 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he got Draymond. I mean, he's got some good players coming off the bench.
Iguodala.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston.
Nick Young is there.
Swaggy.
Yeah. So he's not by himself. So I'm saying, some people will classify KD as the best player in the world. Y'all saying he can't pull it off. That's what I'm saying.
That means he's not the best player in the world.
I guess.
Cavs have the Pacers.
That's
I'm about my ticket. I'm going to one of them games.
You go to one of them?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I've been about.
Wrong got that big money.
I ain't got.
I went to
I can trip a referee.
Oh, no, I ain't got that type. I've been about 6 Pacer games this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I went to one
I got a plug.
playoff Pacers game. It was the night that
I went to the last game when they barely won.
We need to check and see if we can get our plug.
Yeah.
If they're for sure gonna be playing the Pacers. That means he's getting tickets.
True.
He's from it. He's getting tickets. Maybe we'll see what happens.
My plug for LeBron games be like same plug. I'm 10 rows up when they play the Wizards. They play LeBron. I was like, never sat there before in my life. Man, and I don't know until I get there. They be under my name for me. I show up, get my tickets, I look. I'm like, oh, one? Okay, we good. Man, the last man, I could have seen it from my car better that day. They played LeBron.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, man, I don't think that if Steph is not back, Golden State's not coming out the West. So that leaves Houston or OKC, in my opinion.
Hey, Portland make it?
Portland, yeah. Portland is number 3.
See? Can't sleep on them.
Yeah, Portland's number 3.
Hot.
Dame is a beast.
Thanks, guys. No. Yeah, Damian Lillard is amazing. McCullough is just as amazing, in my opinion. So right now they will play 3 plays. 6?
Yep. No, 7. No, it's 9, 8.
1-8.
They will play San Antonio right now without a Kawhi Leonard.
He leaving?
He ain't came back.
No, but is he leaving?
Oh, yeah, he's
Kawhi's going to L.A., and so is LeBron.
Bruh.
LeBron's not going to LA. He if he doesn't win this year, which
Leonard won't go because he don't like spotlight. I don't think he likes spotlight.
No, he don't. He's really LeBron's Pippen. If you really like, he would be the perfect Pippen to LeBron.
To anybody.
Yeah, to anybody. Yeah, Pippen was the same way. Pippen wasn't like a huge like.
Did you? Oh, that's a good. Scottie Pippen.
What he said about Isaiah?
Yeah. Well, his reference to Isaiah, he said that Isaiah never gave Jordan any credit for anything Jordan did in the sport, and he always knocks. But what I read into the statement is that Scottie said Jordan didn't have to do stuff because he had me. He didn't have to be an all-around player like LeBron. That, to me, I was like, that's huge.
It's a huge point for the LeBron in the GOAT conversation. Bing.
And I mean, to me, Scottie Pippen is very loyal. That's what he said. I'll pick my teammate over.
Scottie's changed his story a couple times because there's been a couple times where he was like, dang, they're like, yeah, LeBron's better.
No, this is what I have heard him say. He said LeBron is a better all-around player, which is a all-around player. I give you that. I told you LeBron is all-around player. I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan.
So you are an amazing Italian chef. As far as like when it comes to Italian dishes, you are the GOAT. You're amazing at that.
Okay.
But then Jimmy is really good at Italian. He's not as good as you though, but he's also like really good at a multitude of other, you know what I'm saying? Ethnicity. Who's the better chef?
Depends on what you want that day.
No, who's the better chef?
I could say Oscar Robertson is the better chef of everybody.
Wrong. We're not wrong. Who's the better chef?
If you're a company and you wanted to hire a head chef, who you going with in that scenario?
You really want my answer?
I really want your answer.
The chef doesn't cook much stuff. He just oversees.
Okay. We're not asking what he does. We're asking who's the better one.
If you're the best at what you do, you're the best.
Okay. See what I'm talking about? That's what they do. They don't ever want to answer the question.
If you're the best at this and you're all around, not quite the greatest at this, but you're just all around,
but you're only good at that one thing, right? And
or two things, or three things.
Say that you
don't say Jordan was a one-trick pony, because he wasn't.
No.
We're going off what Scottie said. Scottie said he's a scorer.
Say that you are
but he was a defender, too.
A chef of a buffet. Now, you know, buffets, they have multiple different types of dishes. Multiple, different ethnicities all in one, right? So are you going to take the chef that is really good at Italian, or are you going to take the guy that is really good in different areas?
Who's cheaper?
Nah, man.
No, but LeBron get all kudos. He's the greatest player I have watched their whole career.
Here's the thing that a lot of people miss with the Jordan-LeBron argument. They always say, well, Jordan went 6 for 6.
That doesn't matter.
And Jordan never lost in the finals. You don't know why that kind of like, I don't want to say it loses value because it's amazing. But Scottie did too.
Same thing. Somebody else has done it.
Well, no, I'm just I'm alluding to the point that there was never a finals that Scottie was not available.
Robert Horry is amazing.
Robert Horry he know how to pick them.
But same story goes for him. But he's not in that topic.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's true. Well, I'm excited for the playoffs. I think I'm probably going to be obviously watching more Western Conference playoffs than I am Eastern Conference playoffs. Of course, I'm going to watch the Cavs, but outside of that, I'm really excited about this.
So you're saying the Cavs running away with these? Is that what?
No, I don't think they're going to run away. I think they're going to run into problems with Philly. I think they could potentially run into problems with the Bucks. Outside of those two teams, and it's only because of their length, I don't see them having too much problem with anybody else.
You don't think Toronto will give them fits?
I don't. I think that Toronto is very limited. They can't do what they want to do against Cleveland. And it's been that same way for years. People forget that when LeBron James came back the first year, when his first playoff run on his initial return to Cleveland,
Toronto was the number 1 seed.
No, Atlanta Hawks was the number 1 seed.
Was it the Hawks?
The Hawks were the number 1 seed because Korver was still with the Hawks. Corver, Joe Johnson, a couple other people.
Teague.
But anyways,
Teague down there.
Yeah.
Teague. And so they were the number one team in the NBA as far as winning go. LeBron swept them. So, the Toronto Raptors number one team in the East.
I just think Toronto has been at it a while. Like, this is what, their third or fourth year at their nucleus.
Yeah. They need to bust it
Like,
up.
they're not rebuilding at this point. I wouldn't bust it up. They just need to keep adding pieces.
I don't know. All I know is as long as that man is in the Eastern Conference, y'all can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, sell it.
This is his best season of his career, which is crazy. He gets
50,
MVP?
Yeah, year 15.
Should he get MVP? If he is a former MVP and this is his best year ever, he should win MVP.
Well, they keep moving the goal line. Like last year, he was in consideration, but it was like, oh well, Russell Westbrook got all these triple doubles. LeBron James come in the last like 3 months, he's been averaging a triple double. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's not important, but
now it's not important. But also too, a couple years ago, well, he doesn't play. He took like 2 weeks off in January. He played all 82 this year. So they continue to move the goal line for him. You know what I'm saying? So, and it feels like this is James's year because he's been snubbed prior to, which is not LeBron's fault. But you know what I'm saying?
I think LeBron should get it. That's me personally. That's my vote. If I had a vote, it's LeBron.
Well, I will say he hasn't, unlike James, he has not played with a player of the caliber of a Chris Paul all year.
I'll give you that.
Love is not a
top tier
Chris Paul whatsoever. He's just not.
And what the biggest difference in Houston is, I won't even say it's Chris Paul because he spent a month out and they didn't lose a beat. It's that they playing the ball that everybody loves to play. D'Antoni he lets them play ball. He's the UNLV of the NBA.
Yeah.
People don't know that reference. You know who UNLV is, or why they are big or huge difference in basketball.
School is wrong.
Huh? Well, it was Larry Johnson, one of my favorite players of all time. Went to UNLV. Grandmama. They started the run and gun, athletic, up and down the court play.
Huh.
And then it was the Fab Five after them. And so they started that in college basketball where they just outrun you, dunk on you. It was like highlight shows. And they were the ones who started this run and gun type of offense.
Yeah, D'Antoni tells you, listen, man, 7 seconds or less.
They started it. I don't care what shot, whatever shot it is. So UNLV started that whole run.
That's interesting, man. Well, I'm excited for the playoffs. I think it'll be dope, man. We are definitely, looking forward to this event that we got coming up. I cannot wait to be a part of it. If you have not purchased your tickets, make sure that you do that. April 27th is going down, the All Black Affair.
Black Affair.
It's going to be really dope. Jimmy's going to be in the building.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. I'm in there. I'm going to be there.
With his crew.
With the gang. Yeah,
yeah.
Whole lot of gang going on. You know what I'm saying?
Gang.
You know what I'm saying? All black. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, we're definitely excited. We also got a couple other business ventures that we've been jumping into as a collective, man, and we'll definitely be keeping you guys fully aware of those things, in the near future. But Rome, you got anything else you want to say to the people?
Just get your tickets. We're getting them out there. The event is 2 weeks away, it feels like?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So let's get your tickets in. Come out, have fun. That's what we got going on.
If you're in the Midwest, man, you might have heard, man, or witnessed the fact that, somebody very important to us has been locked up. It seems like, and so it's been, really tough. tough on everybody here in the Midwest.
Miss my dog.
Yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? Hashtag free my homie Spring.
Free Spring, man.
Free Spring. We trying to see you out here, man. let the young man shine.
Saturday's gonna be 7. No, Friday's gonna be 7.
But raining.
That's on Saturday, 68 rain.
But yeah, man. So, hey, listen, man. It's a Culturally Correct show. We're definitely glad that you guys were, able to listen. Tell your dad about this podcast. You know what I mean? Tell your sister, tell your aunt, tell your cousins, man. As always, like, share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. I dang near feel like your mom should be listening to this podcast. But it's your boy Dame.
Jimmy.
Rome.
Culturally Correct.